KEYC News Now to Go is sponsored by River's Edge Hospital and Clinic. People caring for people.
Moments like these make life worth living. River's Edge Hospital and Clinic is your partner in taking control of your own health. Take your steps towards a lasting tomorrow. River's Edge Hospital.
Hello, happy Wednesday, and thanks for joining us for this KEYC News Now to Go update. I'm Jackson Jurek, and in a few minutes I'll be joined by First Alert meteorologist Caitlin Lohr with a look at the forecast and the holiday weekend ahead. We start with state news today. Several new July 1st laws took effect yesterday, including one that extends access to unemployment insurance, or UI, for hourly school employees during the summer. Quinn Gorham explains what changes were made to the program and what people can expect moving forward.
As of July 1st, $100 million has been set aside to help fund summer UI benefits for hourly school employees over the next 4 years. The program was initially a DFL trifecta project.
2 years ago, we created the first in the nation unemployment insurance for school hourly workers.
DFL State Senator Mary Kunesh has advocated for the program since its inception. Not everyone shared her excitement for the extension.
We were hoping that there would be some conversation around changing that eligibility.
Republican State Senator Jason Rarick says members of his party wanted to tweak some of the elements of the program as they negotiated it in the final weeks of session.
This was going to put a very large cost on our school districts to pay for that coverage.
Rarick says the upfront cost to districts is a lot to budget for. He'd have preferred to have lengthier conversations on ways to change the bill. But according to Kunesh, the initial cost of the program for schools is fully reimbursed.
And being allocated to specifically unemployment assures that the school districts will not have to carry that burden.
An eventual compromise struck by leadership keeps the program running through 2029. To pay for it, lawmakers slashed more than $70 million in funding for the Northern Lights Express. Republicans like Rarick say they've long seen the program as a bad use of state funds.
If we're going to tap into something, that was a fund I was happy to see us tap into.
But even Kunesh says it was a trade worth making to maintain the program, given the uncertainty of a federal match for the NLX project.
If we weren't going to be able to apply it to transport, then for sure, let's get that into education. And I'm very thankful and relieved that those dollars were available to us.
In St. Paul, Quinn Gorham, KEYC News Now.
Continuing with state and local news, as July 4th approaches, law enforcement is cracking down on speeding and illegal fireworks. Aaron Stuvey runs down what you need to know as you celebrate our nation's birthday.
Minnesota is currently in what the State Patrol calls the 100 deadliest days, where the majority of fatal car accidents happen between Memorial Day and Labor Day, in which 151 lives were lost on Minnesota roads in 2024. Those numbers often spike around holiday weekends like the 4th of July, so law enforcement is ramping up their efforts to crack down on speed on highways. July 3rd will see a statewide effort on highways 14, 19, and 60 especially, a quote, border-to-border enforcement campaign from South Dakota to Wisconsin. That effort is a joint action from the State Patrol, sheriff's offices, and local police around the state. Once the 4th arrives, law enforcement will also keep a close eye on the rockets' red glare as they stress fireworks safety. Mankato police remind residents to keep people and animals far away from fireworks and to never alter fireworks. Things like firecrackers, bottle rockets, Roman candles, and mortars are all illegal in Minnesota, and open fires, cigarettes, and cigars should be kept far away from fireworks. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission reported nearly 15,000 firework-related injuries and 11 deaths on July 4th last year. Aaron Stuvey, KEYC News Now.
Continuing with local news, due to some weather cancellations in June, we're getting songs on the long in July. Joanne Parker Band will take the stage on Thursday, July 10th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Civic Center Plaza in downtown Mankato. Then on Thursday, July 17th, Stacey K takes the stage for another dynamic midday show Free parking is available in both the Civic Center and Cherry Street ramps. Songs on the Lawn is a free outdoor concert series bringing live music, local food, cold beverages, and a vibrant lunchtime atmosphere. Switching gears, joining me at the desk is Caitlin Lohr. Caitlin, we are halfway through the holiday week. The week is short for you and I. We won't be here on Friday. We're going to be celebrating accordingly and responsibly. But there are some things for people to be aware of this evening.
Yeah, you know, this evening Mother Nature said it's a little too quiet.
A little too nice.
So I
Just a
guess
little.
she's decided to throw in a couple of thunderstorm chances for this evening, and for this weekend it's going to be hot and humid. So the responsible thing to do is have fun, but also make sure
Mix
you're
in
incorporating water
Mix in
with
water.
your fun, and you should be good to go. Let's switch gears for today first as we take a look at the temperatures coming our way. It's going to be a fantastic afternoon. Very similar situation to yesterday. We're looking at the mid-80s by this afternoon with a high of 85 degrees. If you look at this evening, there is a chance for some isolated thunderstorms between 8 and about midnight tonight, and that's where we could see, unfortunately, a couple of strong to severe storms. Now, the reason for that would be just because of the heat and humidity out there. Humidity is a huge ingredient for the development of hail, and with the heat out there, it can make it a little bit bigger, and when you get some thunderstorms, it kind of cools it off, which also the contrast between temperatures can lead to some stronger winds with the pressure difference and the difference in general between the temperatures and the conditions and the air masses. So that being said, this low chance for severe weather tonight is, again, very low, and what we are going to be watching for is just primarily damaging winds and or large hail possible. So talking about that, you've got all day to enjoy and relax, and even through this evening, most of us are going to be able to go about our evenings without being affected by these storms, but a handful of us could see some of these thunderstorms developing anytime between 7 and 8 o'clock this evening from the New Prague area south into the Waseca area. So it does include a little bit of New Ulm potential and the Mankato area. These are going to move east-southeastward towards Rochester through the late night hours, fizzling out by about midnight from our area here, or that would be west of I-35. And again, I know it's just a chance for a thunderstorm or two, but that being said, there's only a thunderstorm or two that need to battle for those ingredients and that power to grow to strong to severe strength. So once again, the timing would be anytime from 8 p.m. tonight till about midnight, with a chance of a couple of strong storms that could lead to damaging winds and or large hail possible. So once that ends, we're going to see clear skies and quiet conditions for the remainder of the overnight hours as temperatures drop to a low of 66 degrees by tomorrow morning. Now, as we go into the upcoming holiday weekend, our seasonal highs for right now is in those low 80s, and we're looking at the upper 80s for both tomorrow and Friday, cooling off back to seasonal conditions for Saturday. I want to talk about tomorrow and Friday the most right now because it's not just going to be hot, it's going to be humid out there. So we're looking at highs in the upper 80s nearing 90 degrees with dew points rising up to about that 70 degree mark or warmer. What that means is we're actually going to feel more like 90 to 100 degrees outside for tomorrow and Friday. So that's why we're saying be responsible, be smart. You can still have fun, but just make sure you're incorporating water as well as maybe some Gatorade from time to time, just so that way you stay hydrated and healthy while you continue to have your fun going into the upcoming holiday weekend. Here's a look at your extended forecast going into the upcoming weekend. Again, we are looking at more sunshine tomorrow and Friday, but Saturday, unfortunately, Mother Nature decided to throw another little hiccup in the forecast, and we are now looking at more scattered shower and thunderstorm chances versus those isolated chances. So you may need to pay attention to not just the skies, but maybe some of those plans you have to make sure that plans aren't moved, postponed, or canceled entirely, depending on what the weather is doing.
Or just go all out on Friday from like 8 a.m. to like midnight.
With water.
Yes, with water and sunscreen, and then like call it good there. And just
relax.
Just go everything you can do Friday. Take the day off, forget about work, don't worry about any of that. Just have fun on Friday, and then Saturday, recoup, and then Sunday you'll have an extra day because Sunday's supposed to be nice. That's an idea. That's Caitlin Lohr. I'm Jackson Jurek. Thanks for watching this KEYC News Now to Go update. Stay with KEYC News Now for the latest local news, weather, and sports on our website.
And of course, download the free KEYC News and weather apps for the latest headlines and forecast.